Good morning, House Church. Good morning, boys and girls. I want to talk to my kids today, my House Church kids, and I want to encourage you and talk to you for a few minutes a little differently today. I'm at Chandler Park, and Jerry's not with me, so we miss him today. But I want to talk to you. And I want to talk to you about how we are made in God's image, and I want to talk to you about loving people and just several good things. So I was reading a book the other day, and it was saying how we experience God. So you boys and girls, you are made in God's image. It tells us that in the Bible, that we're made in God's image, that He breathed His breath into us. So I read in a book, it was saying that it's like a cell phone. Like if you have a cell phone, right? There's no cords to your cell phone, but there's a tower somewhere. So when you send text and pictures or whatever it is you're doing on your phone, it sends a signal that you don't see to that tower, and that tower pings back to your phone. And when you send things out and when they come in, it goes through this satellite and it pings back and forth to your phone. And I was reading that was a good example of how, God made us in His image. And so there's this thing inside of us, kind of like a antenna inside of us, that when we see things that are beautiful, that are goodness, and that are true, that it's like it pings something in us. It gives us this feeling of maybe peace, maybe warmth, maybe we feel good, maybe feel excited. And then that is God's Spirit communicating with us through things. So for me, you can see that I am out in nature today, and it's very beautiful. And so for me, this is beautiful, and this is where I experience God a lot. When I look at nature and I see the things God made and that He just breathed into being and spoke into being, it gives me peace. I feel calm. And so that is God's Spirit communing with my spirit. And you can do the same thing through when you see things that are true, that are beautiful, and that are good. So maybe when your mom or dad hugs you, maybe you feel a warm feeling. Maybe when you pray sometimes you feel a calm feeling. Maybe when you're playing outside or you see pretty flowers, or maybe when you're out in nature like this, it makes you feel calm, or you're like, wow, look at this flower. And that's God communing with you and kind of pinging into your spirit. You get that warm feeling, that happy feeling. And so I just want to remind you that those are all reminders that God is always with you. And even when there is a lot of bad, crazy stuff going on around us all the time, that God is always with us. He's always trying to talk to us, maybe through a hug from a friend. Maybe someone gives us a card and tells us how much they love us. Maybe our dog or cat comes and licks us on our face. Maybe we're out in nature and we see a beautiful flower or a beautiful creature. I'm even learning to see God in the spider webs. Sometimes when I walk hiking, I'll feel spider webs against me and I'm like, eh. But I've gotten to where I'm like, okay, God made spiders too. Those are beautiful in their own way. And so I just want to encourage you to look for the good things. Look for the things that make your soul ping towards God, that make your little antenna light up, and keep in mind that that's God and that's His peace. And the Bible tells us, whatsoever things are good, whatsoever things are true, whatsoever things are beautiful, think on these things, right? And with all the stuff in the world, I just want to remind you that if you want to know how to do your part, it's kind of easy. Jesus says, love God with all your heart, love others like you love yourself. So that means we have to love ourselves. So that means we don't want to talk bad about ourselves. So let's say we're trying to draw a picture. Instead of saying, God, I'm just terrible at drawing, I'm never going to do it again. Well, that's talking down to yourself. So instead say, I'm not as good as I want to be yet, but I'm getting there because I'm going to keep practicing. So learn to love yourself. Don't talk bad about yourself, right? And when you learn to love yourself, then you can love other people. Even people, maybe you don't like everything about them, but you can be kind to them and be loving to them. Maybe you want to draw a picture for your mom to make her feel good on a bad day. Maybe there's someone at your school when you go back that other people are not being nice to, that you will be nice to. So love God. When you see Him in creation and nature, when you feel Him in a hug from your little cat or dog, when you feel warm when you pray, thank Him. And try to think on things that are good. And just be kind. And know that God is always with you. I love you. I can't wait to see you soon. Have a wonderful week. Bye-bye.